We are going live. Woo! Yay, everybody. Welcome to the High Vibe Tribe. We are live with you Friday at 5 o'clock. We're so excited that you all joined us here today. We have our amazing team and an incredible guest who has joined us today. So we're going to give everyone an opportunity to jump on and tag your friends and let them know that we are live because you are watching the High Vibe Tribe. Oh my goodness. Let's see who else is coming in. Now, all of you that are here, please go ahead and fill out before you leave your comment that you are who you are. It gives permission to StreamYard to put your name up there so we know who you are in the comments. We've got lots of prizes that we're giving away today, incredible offers, and so much excitement. So if you'd like to invite somebody, this is your tribal invitation. You can copy and paste this. Look, we already have comments in our comment strand. Hello, peeps. Oh my goodness. Tell us where you are hailing from. Where are you typing in? Where are you watching from? Where are you listening from? Where would we find you if we were going to stalk you? No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Where are you guys from? Yeah, put your name in there so we can check it out.
Canada.
Let's see, who do we have? Hello, Dishanka. Hello, beautiful.
She's one of our
intuitive coach. She is. That's right. She won last week. Yeah. She had figured out all of our elements. We have someone popping in from Canada. Hello, Canada. So glad you're here with us.
Tammy.
Hello, High Five. Love it. Love having you guys all here.
High five.
Tammy is giving us a quick wave. Hello, beautiful. Thank you for putting your name in. We're able to give you credit for that. And lots of hugs and kisses.
Oh, let me get up.
Cool. So thank you. Thank you. So that is the link if you'd like to invite anyone to join the tribe. Maybe someone who doesn't know about us. Maybe someone who's bored and has nothing to do and they're just streaming around, can pop in. We wanted to give you that link ahead of time. Incredible. So welcome. I am Susan Schatzer, the founder and host of this High Vibe Tribe group, and it is my privilege to introduce to you all of our members who are here and our amazing special guest. So let's see who we have first out of the gate. Susan Hayes. Hey, beautiful. Tell us who you are and what you're excited about this week.
Oh my God. Who am I? I don't know. I change every day. I'm just excited because I shared my glyph last week as a preview. So if you were paying attention and you were here last week, then you already had the head start. So I'm excited to download that it came in with, and I'll share that later. And hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Jean. Which way do I look?
That way. Yeah.
It is backwards for us, but it's sort of like the Brady Bunch. And we're all women. Here's a story of a lovely lady. Oh my goodness. Hello, beautiful Anne. Shout out from Miami.
Miami Ann is in the house. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for your comments. I'm so excited that we've got Jean as our special guest here. Thrilled, along with everybody else. I'm the empowerment queen. Let's get it lit on the Airstream.
She is our rapper. She can freestyle rap, Jean. Oh my goodness. Hello. Cool. And hailing from Phoenix, Arizona, Janie. Hey, girl.
All right.
Hi. We're held backwards, still going.
Let's see if I go the right way.
I am the Harmonic Light Code Activator, and I am really excited about, you know what, it's summer, and I really forgot how hot it gets in Phoenix. So yeah, I'm really excited for our show today, and so thank you everybody who's shown up and showing up in the future, now and later. It's so cool.
Cool. Thank you, Janie. Yeah, it is. You know, a lot of times when we, and I know, Jean, you'll get to speak to this, you know, being a radio show host and, you know, doing things that are live. It's not only those that are here now, but it's also those that will, you know, find it in the future. And so it's this, we're planting a seed and we're like exponentializing it. So incredible, incredible. Ashti Mulchin, hello, beautiful. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. Hello, ladies. And Jean, thank you so much for joining us. I am excited for. Hi, from Suriname. Hi, Shayla. Thank you for watching from Suriname and everyone else from around the world. But Jean, I was saying I'm so excited that you're joining us today because what you're going to share I am not familiar with. So I am looking forward to learn more. And with me, I know there are many people out there who don't even have the awareness of what you're bringing. So thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, we are like above and beyond excited to have you here with us. And I get to introduce you to our amazing guest today. We can all point over to her.
Am I going the right way?
Wait.
She's in our third cube on the top, Jean Adrienne Miller.
Yes.
Jean and I have known each other. We figured it out 10 years. And, you know, everything like had like spread us apart, but we were like still connected. And I was introduced to what she's going to be sharing with all of you today 10 years ago. And it has transformed, and that's a big heart, all of our lives. So I get the honor and privilege of introducing you. I got to tell you about Jean. So she's an empowerment life coach. She's the developer of the Inner Speak breakthrough coaching process called Inner Speak. She travels the world with this program. She's an author, teacher, internet talk show host, world traveler, and a financial independent entrepreneur. Her passion is creating quantum change. How many people would like some quantum change in their life? Yeah, if you're watching now, you're a guest, put in the comments like, yes, I'm having it. Quantum change now, please. We would like to see that. Jean has earned a BA in psychology from Florida State University. She completed a 4-year education degree with a ministry curriculum from the University of South Florida, has published 5 books plus 2 amazing decks of empowerment cards. Woohoo! And we've got one specific deck today to, you know, specifically talk with you about. Yeah. So Jean, welcome. Glad to have you
Thank
here.
you. Oh, I'm so excited about this. I have just been like jazzed all week long. I can't wait till 5 o'clock on Friday.
Live at 5. So tell us about these glyphs. Tell us about these DNA strands, because it says 142 DNA activation cards. What does that mean, activation cards?
So, I mean, all of this, let me back up. So I'm a conscious channel, and that started in 2002. I was driving down the road in my car, and I heard a voice in my car saying that I was done with everything that I had done up to that point in my life. And I first almost wrecked the car, and then I started arguing with that voice saying, whoa, wait a minute, don't be taking my livelihood away from me unless you've got something better to offer. Silence. You're done with everything.
Yeah, we can relate to that.
So there you go. So that brought in Inner Speak. It changed my life, and everything's just been rocking along wonderfully since 2002. And in about 2010, that same voice showed up. I'd bought a cabin in the North Georgia mountains, and I was going up for the weekend, and from Atlanta, where I lived at that point. And that same voice came in the car, and he said that time, today I want to talk to you about DNA. And I thought, okay, I'm listening. I'm all ears. This can't be bad. The last time it was okay. And he said that at some point in the evolution of the human species, you guys had not 2 strands of DNA, but 144 strands of DNA. And I'm like, He said, okay, wait a minute. Do not go into conspiracy theory and you've been dumbed down. You worked with another civilization that was dying off, and they had come through looking in all through the galaxies, and they found a planet with a species that had 144 strands of DNA, and they knew, because they were technologically way more advanced than we were, that they could work with us in some form or fashion. I have no idea what that means, but that they would be able to heal themselves. Basically, what had happened was they had rendered themselves sterile. I found this out later, because apparently Spirit wants you to have what you need to know on a need-to-know basis, and you don't get the whole story in the beginning. So, so when they left, after doing whatever they did, forever how long they did it, I don't know, we had 2 strands of DNA, and they were healed, and they still are in existence today. So we didn't realize that we'd lost anything. I mean, we have gone along just fine for billions of years since all this happened, or maybe it was yesterday, or maybe it's happening right now. I don't really know. But bottom line being that what we didn't realize as a species is that associated with every strand of DNA, there's an aspect of Christ consciousness. And when we gave away our DNA, we gave away aspects of our own consciousness, which had the effect of slowing down our ascension process.
Did we volunteer for this, Jean?
I think,
are we okay with this?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think anything ever happens without our agreement. I don't know that we necessarily signed up for it. But have you ever been in a situation where somebody came to you and wanted your help, and you thought to yourself, okay, yeah, I can do this. I'm happy to do this. And at the time it seemed okay. But then after you got about 10 yards into this thing, you realized you'd signed up for a heck of a lot more than what you thought you were signing up for.
Yeah. Relationships all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, I'm there. And so I think that that's what happened. I don't really know. I didn't ask a lot of questions. I didn't know what questions to ask. It was only some years later that I actually found out that the species and the civilization were the Zeta Reticuli, the little grays. And and a lot of people think, they have these memories of being, abducted and worked on and implants put in and all that. I really think that this is bleed through from other dimensions where it was happening all at the same time, so that's what it is.
Jean, it's so interesting that you, bring this up as being part of how we, lost, or, they may be still there. It's just they're covered up, but we do have a couple members of our group that have personal experience with what you're speaking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is what was happening. They were working with us to try to figure out, gene splicing and how can they get what they need without destroying the human species. So, and they were respectful of that. And now they're very grateful, and they have come back here to help us as a species. And they're still, I think, hanging around helping us. But, it's not a scary thing, so there we go. But anyway, there's no loss in the divine plan. There's never been any loss in the divine plan. Everything that ever was still exists. So when you become aware of the fact that you don't have something, or you think you've lost it, all you've got to do is ask and intend and bring it in, and you can have it back again, because it's in another dimension, or another aspect of yourself has it, or whatever. So that's really the purpose of these cards, is to help us to remember what we think we have lost.
Wow.
And ask for it to be brought to the surface again, so that we have access to it.
Wow.
And so these guides that brought this into me said, it's very important now, because we're at this place where timelines are coming together, and it's the shift of the ages, and you guys need all your bits. You need all your gifts. You need everything to be able to pull through this together and raise this whole planet fully into the fifth dimension and beyond. So that's why they said it's your job if you choose to accept it. If not, throw those sunglasses away. And you're going to draw 142 pictures, and that will each one will hold the frequency of a latent strand of DNA. And I went, well, wait a minute, I don't draw. And they said, we beg to differ. We happen to know for a fact that at your cabin where you're heading right now, you've got not one, but 2 packs of colored pencils and a drawing pad. And you've never opened any of it. And we're going to show you how to do this. So I was like, okay, busted.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all. No, just kidding.
So they showed me, I mean, some days what would happen would be they would show me in my mind's eye an image. And some days they would give me a word. In this case, it's freedom. And some days they would tell me what the meaning of it was. So I never knew what was coming first. But basically what I did was I took that drawing pad, I divided it into 6 cubes, and I would draw in each one of them. And then when I'd finished all 6, I would take a picture of it, scan it, and send it to a friend of mine who did Adobe Photoshop. And then she would scan them in and make them pretty. So
Nice.
They were hand drawn.
Yes. I think some of our tribe members have questions to ask you about how this came in, how this was channeled, what came to you guys. So who has a question first? Anne, beautiful Anne.
Oh man, beautiful you and everybody on this feed. First of all, it's crazy how things just come together. Help me. Synchronicity?
Yeah, synchronicity.
Because Jean, just what you're saying, yes, it's there. Let's just reveal it and access it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I'm curious because I know, we get these downloads and that's how they arrive. And I'm just curious, like on your journey, like what was different in 2002? Like, was it like instantaneous where you were like in this world and all of a sudden you were in another world?
No.
Was there a transition?
Yeah, it took me, I think, until 2006 before I really owned what had happened. The whole body of Interspeak, which is, it's 144 files of information. It's a book that's about that thick. And I sat in front of a computer and I typed for 3 months, receiving every day. And in this love bath, I've never felt so loved in my entire life. I didn't know anything about channeling. I had been basically, I was going to be a minister in the Episcopal Church. That's where I was headed with all this stuff, and a Bible scholar for many years, and didn't know anything about channeling. Wasn't not open to it, but wasn't into it, if you will. And here I am. It's like in my face. I did not know that you're supposed to ask, "Hello, who's talking to me here?" It never even occurred to me because it felt so good and so loving and so wonderful that how could that be bad? So as it started coming in, the next thing that happened was the company that I was working for went bankrupt on a Friday afternoon. So I had no job, no severance, no notice, and time on my hands to sit in front of this computer and type. Wow. So that's how it started. At that point, I was married. My ex-husband was pretty sure I had lost my mind. And all he could think about was, you need to go out and get yourself another job. Didn't sign up to be married to a woman who didn't want to work. And I'm like, but wait a minute, this is more important than work? No, I don't think so. So at the end of the day, that was 2002. We divorced in 2005. So, we weren't on the same page anymore, and it was okay. No. He's much happier now, and so am I. So it's all good,
Jean, there may be people that are listening right now that are in our chat group that are having this experience right now who can completely relate to you with the global pandemic. I mean, times have changed. Like it is unprecedented. Like there is, information coming in. There's things being asked of us. So if you're in the chat right now, what questions do you have for Jean also about this? Like, tell us what is happening, what is showing up in your world, because Jean is here and she's going to be facilitating for all of you. We've got some cards to share also, so would that be okay, Jean, if we had our audience?
I'm an open book. They can ask me anything.
Okay. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So while they're putting their comments in and asking some questions of you, who else amongst us here have a question or two for Jean? Ashni? Okay, beautiful. What is your question?
Yes, Jean. So all this time you've been doing this, and how easy was it for you to bring this to the audience? How open were people to receive this information, and what are some of the results that you have noticed that happen for people by using these missing DNA strands?
So the first thing that I have to, the first piece of that question, it was a great question, is the audience was not ready when this came in 2011. People looked at me like I had two heads. Nobody wanted to publish it, so I found a graphic artist who had them all printed in China and paid for it myself. And it was slow going. I wrote a book about it. Nobody wanted to publish the book, and it's like, okay. So the world wasn't really ready. Certainly in the last year, but probably in the last 6 months, I can't keep these cards in stock. I'm right now in the third reprint of them. And we do like 500 decks at a time. But I think I'm probably going to have to start doing 1,000 decks at a time because it's happening that fast that people want them. So yeah, the world is ready now.
Yes.
So that's part of the shift you were talking about, Susan, as well. And as far as the changes, certainly I'm going to start with myself, and I always have to begin with myself. But I'm not the same woman that I was when this stuff started coming in. And again, because I think I was a weight shower of it, I brought them in too fast. I was so excited first that I could draw. I was like, what? I can draw, and so I was bringing them in 6 a day every day. And by glyph number 42, I had made myself extremely ill. I was having heart palpitations, AFib, you name it, serious medical stuff. And I don't do allopathic medicine unless I'm absolutely desperate. So I do alternative stuff. And so I went to my chiropractor, who also is an acupuncturist, and I took the pictures that I had drawn up to that point. And I said, okay, this is what's happening with me. And I've been bringing these things in, and I think that they're affecting me physically. And he said, well, let me test you. And so he would like pull on my arm with the pictures behind his back, and I would be strong. When I would pull them out and do it again, I went weak. And he goes, yeah, there's something going on here. Let me listen to your heartbeat. And he put a stethoscope to my chest, and he said, you need to go to the emergency room. And I was like, no, Bruce, I don't do doctor. I'm your doctor. I'm telling you, you need to go to the emergency room. And I said, no, I'm here for acupuncture because I know if you give me acupuncture, it's going to settle this heart thing down. And he goes, you need to go to the emergency room. But if you're not going to do that, then I'll do acupuncture on you. So he took me into his little acupuncture room, and he loaded me up with needles, and he went out. And then normally, they leave you to bake in peace and quiet. Well, every 2 seconds, somebody was coming in to make sure I was still alive. And I'm trying to relax and let this happen and let all this stuff settle down. And I kind of sort of got tuned into my guides, and I said, okay, guys, you got to go back off because you're killing me here, apparently. And my guide said, well, no, you need to back off, Jean. We never told you to bring them in 6 a day. This is not a race. There's no time constraints on this. You slow down. And I was like, really? Oh, okay. And so acupuncture happened, and, he comes back in, my pulse is normalized. Everything is good. I haven't had AFib since then, thank God. And so I slowed down. In fact, I did not bring any more glyphs in for probably a month. I was too scared to pick the pencil and the paper back up again. And so I really slowed down. And I asked my guides once it was done, I said, so what's the chance of people getting sick from using these cards. And they said, there's no chance of that. You just brought the energy inside your body and you did too much of it too fast. So
Wow.
nothing unsafe about this. So I'm just telling your audience now, pretty sure they're safe.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing that. It's so interesting. Like while you're talking to me, I feel like, I mean, you're talking to all of us, but it's like, yes, we take so much and we want to do more and more and more and more and more. But then on a physical level, you're not in a place that this body can handle it. And you were able to experience it because imagine all that energy attached to all those drawings and what it brings in. Thank you for sharing that.
You're very welcome. And you know, the blessing not only out of these cards for me is the fact that it opened me up to my creativity. I now paint. I paint a lot. There's pretty much not a wall in my house that doesn't have art on it, and it's all mine because I can't stop. But that's not bringing in energetic stuff anymore. That's just, you know, flowers and trees and rusty old trucks and things like that.
Jean, to give people like an idea of, you know, the amount of cards and glyphs you're talking about, like
we're talking
it's
142 cards. We're talking lots.
Yeah, and each one has, you know, a glyph picture with it, as well as the name of that DNA strand, and then a description of it. So how do people, because I have your directions here, you have a direction card in each one, and you suggest that people use the glyphs that carry the frequencies, choose a card and meditate on the glyph, allowing it to become a part of you. You can even put it in a Ziploc bag and use it to charge your water.
And then take it inside.
So,
but I've actually now gotten more of a formula, if you will, for it. So let's do one for everybody.
Yes.
We'll take that one right there, which is, this is the DNA strand of growth. And what it says on the back is, this glyph activates the growth of consciousness that takes you fully into the 5th dimension of reality and beyond, and opens the door to pure potential. So here's how I suggest people activate it. So just pull all of your energy into your heart center and look at the glyph, and then close your eyes. Connect with your higher self. Invite your higher self to work with the energetic fields and the guides to activate the vibration of growth in your heart center, your divine line. Same for your body. Same for your team. And just kind of feel the ripple as it happens.
Yeah.
And then every time you do one of these activations, update all of your reference points and update all of your grids. Because if you don't do that, it's the same as going to the eye doctor. He gives you a new formula for a pair of glasses, and you go, oh, I'm just going to keep using those same old glasses. So the world looks the same as it did before, unless you update your reference points and update your grids.
Okay, thank you for that. Did you have a question, Susan?
Yeah, can you elaborate for the audience when you mean update the grids and the reference points?
Yeah, so your reference points are how you receive information from the outer world. Some people call it assemblage point. I mean, there are a lot of different words for it, but it's where the outer world connects with you. So you need to update that point or points to a location that is in resonance with the energy that you just activated. And all you have to do, your intention and attention is so powerful. There's nothing you can't do by asking and intending. So if you just ask your higher self to update your reference points in your grids, it will be so. Grids on the same way. The grids are the spider web of energetics that surround you. And there are grids for life. There are grids for money. There are grids for relationships. There are all sorts of grids that surround each and every one of us and surround planet Earth and all the planets and all the universes. So you want to make sure that you update the grids to be in energetic alignment with what you just activated. Does that make sense?
That is so cool.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let me just-
So we have another question from Janie. Janie's going to be asking a quick question. She had an amazing experience when we were taking a look at which glyph, which DNA strand would be hers. And each of us have our own strand that spoke to us, Jean. We have a contest going on for all of our watchers and listeners to try and choose which glyph would match with each of us. So we're going to play that game in a little bit. But if you would like a glyph picked for you by Jean while you're here, put your name in the comments and we will pull you up. And while you are placing your name in the comments, Janie, tell us about your question and your experience.
So yeah, it was kind of funny because I was being texted a picture of a glyph, and Susan would go, "This one," and then it was like I wasn't getting yes, I wasn't getting no, I was getting like and so I ended up with 4 of them.
Cool.
And then Susan was like, "Okay, which one goes first?" So now we have the 4 and the order that they go in. It was interesting.
Cool.
So yes. But my question was, so there's a lot of us light workers that are intuitive and we receive a lot of information. So how was it for you? Like, I think you kind of partly already answered this, but receiving the information and then knowing what to do with it, like, because when you receive a download and information, like a lot of it comes in all at once. And so if you're not, I'm just not prepared. I don't know that you're ever actually prepared for something like that.
Yeah,
But,
I would agree.
Yeah. But putting it together so that you can share it with people and that it makes some sort of sense. How was that for you?
Yeah, so it did come in bits and pieces. Like I said, it came, a picture here, a word there. And I just had to be as patient as I could be with myself because, of course, I immediately went into self-judgment thinking, okay, I'm not doing this right. If I had listened properly, I would have had it different and better and all of it. And the monkey chatter, So, yeah. And I just kept doing them and just, putting one foot in front of the next. And in the end, it began to make sense. And I knew that it was important. I knew it was something that I had to do something with. And I didn't know really what, but I kind of heard along the way as a deck of cards. Because it wasn't like I hadn't already made a deck of cards before, because the first deck I made are called the Interspeak cards. And they're just a small subset of the Interspeak work that I do. So I was familiar with the process of creating a deck of cards. And it just sort of organically unfolded, I guess is the best way I can put it. But I didn't really have a lot of guidance on it. Literally, all I got was this little piece of information on this little yellow card. This is directions for you. Go along with this, it's just okay. Use it as you're guided,
Which is very unique because most card decks come with a manual.
I know.
And I was like, it's a card. It's the manual. It's just a little one.
So I think 3 years ago now, they started giving me more information behind each one of the cards. And basically it's like almost like a page, sometimes 2 pages of information about the backstory on each of the cards. And I tried to get somebody to publish that book. I put it together with pictures of the cards and gave it to my agent. She was like, nobody's going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. And finally I just gave up. So one day I thought, okay, I can't not get this information out there. Too many people have these cards at this point. So I just went on Amazon and made a e-Kindle thing out of it. And it sells for, I think, like $3, something like that. And it's got all of the cards in it and all of the backstory. And it's just called Reconnecting Soul Guidebook on Amazon.
Nice. And you have a movie too, Jean.
Well, that was
which is so
early
cool
on.
because
That was early on. Yeah. So I wanted to expose people because again, people weren't understanding what this stuff was. So I've got a really good friend that you know as well, John Sari, because we met him through the Universal Lightworker conferences where you and I met. And John said he would give me a piece of music and I could use it to make a movie that did this meditation. So we put it together, and the movie is going to be the gift for your prize winners.
And we got a chance to see it, Jean. Oh my goodness! Like you sit down, and we had our headsets in, and next thing you know, you're like back. You know, because all of this energy is just just dripping into you. It's like covering you. I feel like these angel wings, and you're just like receiving everything that it's sort of like if you eat everything except the vegetables and you're like I think I'm missing some vegetables. It felt that way. It was like, I think I'm missing this frequency, this vibration, this energy. Even the dogs are missing some things, I guess.
Yeah, and they're in another room behind a closed door, but there you go.
There you go.
And half of the beauty of it is the energy in John's music.
Yes.
Because it's powerful.
Yeah. Yes. Between his music, right, and it's all instrumental, and your glyphs, it's transformative. So we have that as a free gift for our watchers today. I know, I'm so excited. We've got prize winners. So we've got some people in our comments that would like you to pull a card for them. Is it okay if we do that?
Sure. So
okay, so Tammy White.
I can't see them. So okay, Tammy White.
Tammy White. Yes.
All right. So Tammy, let me see what card wants to come for you. It is this little pinkish looking one right here. Aw. Tammy, this is the DNA strand of unconditional love.
Oh, wow.
This activation brings you back to the state of pure bliss and the energy of home. Feel it now. And work with the energetic fields and the guides and have your higher self activate the vibration of unconditional love in your divine line. Same for your body, same for your team. And then update all your reference points, update all your grids. Now, here's the fun part. Even though I pulled this card for Tammy, everybody who's watching this is getting the same activation. So there you go.
I love it. I can feel it. And after every card, it's how some people go, amen, namaste. I just feel like this card's like, and so it is.
Yeah.
At the end of each card, and so it is. I love it. Okay, let's see who else is in here. Who would like a card pulled for her? Dushanka. Hey, Dushanka.
Okay.
How are you, beautiful?
And I would love to know how these things relate to the people. I mean, unconditional love, that one's pretty obvious. Okay. Dushanka, this one, let me get it right centered. This one is kinship. The lineage of your soul family goes all the way back to the origin. And you are now remembering your relationship to your family. So invite your higher self to work with the energetic fields and the guides to activate the vibration of kinship in your divine line. Same for your body, same for your team. Whoa, that one's strong. Update your reference points, update your grids. Wow.
And so it is. Yeah.
That one just about knocked me out of my chair.
Yeah, yes. Very powerful. And it was like reverberating. I could feel like a
Yes.
you know what I mean? And it was still, like we were looking at it, but we were still, I don't know. So Tammy and Dushanka, let us know in the comments, like, does this speak to you? How does it speak to you? How do you feel this is creating the change that you're looking for? Were you asking for this to show up? Let us know. And I think we have one other person we can do before we roll into our contest as well. And we'll give we'll give Tammy and Deshaka a chance to let us know what that is happening. And you said to, use it with your water. So are you saying put it underneath your water or put it on top of your water?
That would work too. And the reason why I said use a Ziploc bag is so you don't mess up the card, like get water on it and whatever. But yeah.
How about underneath your pillow?
Yeah, that too, for sure.
Because that's what I did with mine.
Cool.
I
would not suggest putting the whole box underneath your pillow because that wouldn't be very comfortable, and and B,
You probably wouldn't sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
A great way to pull an all-nighter. The entire box under your pillow.
Yes, Tammy.
Yes, Tammy.
I think that card is perfect for you. So hopefully you've got that. You've already been activated with it. So I'd be happy to hear, like, if you want to share in like about a week what you've maybe noticed as shift and changes. Perfect card for you. So happy.
She's saying that you and Anne both would understand what that relates to.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
And as Jean said, the card is for all of us. So it totally relates.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you, Jean.
And it's sort of like, and I think this is why it feels like it's reverberating like that, because there's so many of us here that we're creating a quantum shift because we're all pulling it in.
Yes,
and we're all activating it. So awesome. Okay, our next, Janie Smith, Smythe.
Jamie's
Hello, girl. Is that she's sticking her tongue out? Is that what that is?
Jamie from Canada.
Jamie. Your DNA strand is creation. You are a creator, and this activation opens you to that reality. So invite your higher self to work with the energetic fields and the guides to activate the vibration of creation in your divine line. Same for your body, same for your team. And update all your reference points, update all your grids.
And so it is. Yeah. So we had creation, love,
unconditional love, and kinship.
Kinship. Those were our three. So cool. Thank you so much. Wow. Very powerful, Jean. Does anyone else have any questions that they would like to ask Jean before I totally take over? No, I'm just kidding.
I actually just wanted to make a comment about Jamie. He actually is already creating some amazing stuff. So I'm just curious to see how it's just amped up. Now that he's been activated, he does these drawings, incredible drawings of rabbits and bunnies. That's his latest thing for the last month. Amazing.
Cool. I want to add to that I don't know if that's him that says he missed his name is showing up, but he's 18 years old. This young man, and he's absolutely phenomenal. He's already written his first book. He's lit up, and it just shows age is right. What is age really? So I'm so pleased that he's here from Canada to join us. It's amazing.
Neat.
Yes.
Thank you, Jamie.
We have a question. It says, how do I activate kinship? It's been activated.
Yeah, that's right.
It's been activated. You're all set.
Yes, you will receive inspired action if there's anything further to integrate that kinship. Ooh.
Jamie was asking, he said his video lagged. What was the card for? It was creation, right?
Oh, we didn't see it. Okay.
We didn't, yeah.
Can you say it again, Jean?
Yeah. Let me get it centered.
Creation. Got it?
He says, thank you, heart.
Cool.
It says kinship for the living or the crossed over. I'm thinking it's
all. Because we're always all connected. There's no such thing as death. The soul never dies. You have soul family that you are always connected to.
Yeah.
I know that firsthand.
Beautiful.
Yes, and I mean, Sue,
Yeah.
and always
Actually,
continue.
I'm connected to a couple. I have that cross widow thing too.
We're excited to have you play with us, and thank you for offering to Glyph, some of our guests who are here, who were very bold and very brave to jump in and ask for it, because it is a live stream and it is something that does go out all around the world. So thank you, all of our listeners and all of our guests. So Jean, tell us about the changes that people have had using these cards and working with you. Like what? Just give us those miracles.
Okay, so wow, and because you asked me that, I can't think of a single example right off the top of my head, but that's all right. Give me a second.
Okay.
Let me roll into this thing.
So we can play our game.
Well, I mean,
would you like time to think about it?
No, that's okay. I'm going to just extemporaneously give you what comes up. But basically, people are finding that they open up more to potential and possibility. They move, they're able to see the big picture more clearly, which enables them to step back from judgment and fear. Both of those, because those are two things that slow us down the most, are fear and judgment. And that once you begin to work with these cards, you have a different worldview of what reality is. It just happens. So
yeah,
that
people are saying that, yes, that answers it. Yeah, because a lot of times people are like, they're so stuck in, the 3D of like the money, the job, the kids, the pandemic, the virus, the death, the vaccines, the chipping, like all of that is just inundated on all of us. And I feel as though these cards, Jean, are all speaking to us. It's like, wait a minute, let's take our power back.
For sure that. And once you realize, one of these cards is immortality. Once you realize that you are immortal, then there really is no reason to be afraid of the virus or anything else for that matter, because you are. That's the bottom line. You are. And you always will be.
Yeah.
And so it is. Cool.
So it is.
Love it.
I love it. I love it. Jean, tell us where you see this going from here.
It's taken on a life of its own. And I'm just going to keep being the messenger provider. I'll keep reprinting these decks as long as people want them. We're right now in the middle of our third reprint of these. And, as soon as I realized I was down to my last 40 decks, I was like, oh my God, we got to get going on this thing. So I got my publication artist to move it on through. I don't know. It's up to each one who gets their hands on the decks of cards to decide what they want to do with it. There are people that use them all over the world in different ways. There are people who do readings with them. There are people who have included some of the art in jewelry. They made jewelry out of it. They write me and ask, do I have your permission to use this to make a pendant? Yeah, go for it. That kind of thing. I just ask to be asked, and so I know, what's going on, and make me one while you're at it, that kind of thing. Thank
you so much. You're so generous, at such a pinnacle time when like no one was ready to hear this. I mean, how many times have each of us been in our lives when, people, it didn't resonate with them and they didn't understand what was happening or what was being said or what was being shared. And it was like this wall went down and you stayed there, you stuck with it. You were like, not now, but in the future. And just bringing this forward. I applaud you for that, because that took so much courage.
Well, thank you. But, I already had a little bit of experience with it, because when InnerSpeak came in, nobody really understood what that was either. And now I have over 1,000 teachers of InnerSpeak in Turkey. One country, Turkey, 1,000 teachers. you know, and I'm right now in the middle of a class there for teacher training that's got 82 people in it. So it's just a thing that's growing, and it tends to go from one country to the next, you know, and I never really know where it's going to pop up next, but I love to travel. So, hey, have plane ticket, passport, we'll travel, you know.
You know, what if interspeak is the new quantum virus, right?
You know?
Just as it started in China and it came around the world, the coronavirus. What if interspeak was our new virus? Interspeak.
Well, and it is it is viral in that it goes from person to person, but it shows you how to listen to your inner self. You know, it's really what it's a language of the soul.
Yeah,
it's a much more direct. It's healing with words, whereas this is pure healing with energy.
Yes,
and it's a virus. It's upgrading our DNA or reconnecting.
Absolutely.
What viruses do. So cool. So cool.
Right? I mean, what if that's how we look at it?
Yeah, exactly. Why not?
I know. I love it. So we have a contest that we're going to do right now with the glyphs to match those of us that are here. And then, Jean, we have a special code word that they can use on your website to get their own deck of cards. So we're going to share that in a minute. Okay, beautiful peoples of magnitude, are you ready? It was so cute. We were behind the scenes. We were looking at the Hollywood squares, and you guys have your X's for the Hollywood squares. So if you get one of us right, you get the O, and if it's wrong, you'll have the X. And by us showing you these, it will help you in knowing who is up next. Okay, commenters, we're going to show you the first glyph. The first glyph is this one right here. Whose glyph is this? Whose glyph is this? Is this glyph my glyph? Is it Susan's glyph, Susan Hayes? Janie Lynn's glyph? Ashni Mulchin's glyph? They're all trying to lie to you and get you to pick the other person, Ashni or Anne. So in the comments, whose glyph is this? Holy cow. Whose glyph is this? Who do you ladies think it is? Oh, you're so welcome. Wonderful contribution to the soul family. Whose glyph do you think it is?
Write in the comments. Who do you think it is?
Who is this? 2 check marks and a big squirrely. Let me explain who it is. So this is the dance glyph. It's the dance one. Life force energy is constantly moving. That raises our vibration even higher. This strand of DNA engages every cell of your body into the dance of life. So who do you think this is? So they think it's me. No. It is not me. They're guessing Anne. Is it Anne? Anne is out. So those are the 3 people you have left. Could it be Susan Hayes? Could it be Ashni Mulchin or Janie Lynn? There's 3 left.
Come
My
on.
beautiful friend.
Come on. It does say keep trying.
Wow, more guesses. What do we have here? Dancing light flow energy.
Ooh, who likes dancing?
Who's the dancer? Who's the dancer? Should we tell them?
Dancing with the light codes.
Yes.
That's a hint. Lico director. Oops. Wait a minute.
Harmonic.
Activator.
Activator.
Jameson meant Susan Hayes. I had a feeling he meant Susan Hayes.
Neither Susan.
Yeah, so it's
Susan.
so X.
So there's 2 left. 2 people left. Is it Janie Lynn or Ashni Mulchin? Who is the dancer, energy, life force, constantly moving?
The dance of life, bringing in harmony with the light codes.
Somebody said Ashney.
Ashley.
Card.
Is it you, Ashley?
Playing.
The big Phil.
Okay, keep trying.
Who did this? Who did this? It's Janie. Janie, our light code. Yeah, her curly hair. Her beautiful red curly hair. All right.
Dancing eyes. Dancing
That
eyes.
was a big zero. Big. All right, this should be an. Whose is this one? This one. This one was, if you've watched last week or the week before, this glyph was sort of given away. This was a freebie. This is the mystery glyph. This attribute opens you to fully appreciate the mystery that is life in all its perfection. We talked about it last week being a heart and a uterus, and also the flametress. So in the comments, who do you think this is? It can't be Janie, because she was already the other one. You know, no one's really playing today.
We have Ashley.
I see that.
James said Ashni. Nope.
Now,
Is it Ashley?
Tim and Deshanka were here last week for sure. I know that. So
No,
Is it Ashney?
Ashley's a big X.
nice try, though.
And Janie, keep your O up because you're already guessed. We
I was
already
trying
got
to find
yours.
mine. There we go.
Your glyph that goes with it. It's not Ashley. Who's the flamer here? Who has plants? Flaming plants.
The spark
Flaming
activator.
plants.
Oh, they say
Who
Ian.
has
Anne?
Hint, hint, all the
Jamie
oddballs.
says Anne.
Ian, what do you say?
I wish I could take ownership of that book, but no, I have it.
It's a dedication.
who is flaming? Who is flaming? Our flametress activator.
Where's the plant? Where's the plant? Oh, we can't see it yet.
Who's our spark activator? No hint.
People, take
No-
it.
No hint whatsoever.
I have two possibilities right now. Both these ladies are on fire. Give me which Susan?
Tammy says Susan.
Susan S or Susan H?
Which one, Mom?
It's you.
I mean, they're both on
You got it.
Both are Susans. Which one?
Maybe we both.
Susan H. She
Oh, there's
said.
a question mark. No, you need to tell me if you think it is or not. No question.
No, she
Susan
said.
H.
She said Susan H.
Yes,
See?
that is
There you
Susan.
go. Okay, Susan H.
Our
Hey.
Yes.
Who's our breezer?
Oh, there's the
Glyph.
game plan.
This is the blending. Who's the blender? It's through this activation that you are able to share your insights and abilities with others without compromising your own integrity. Who speaks to this? Is it Ashni, Anne, or Susan? S. Ashni, Anne, or Susan S.
Wonder who it could be. The Holy Trinity triangulation with integration of mind, body, and spirit. I wonder. Come on now.
Who's the rapper?
No, yin and yang. Oh, balance with the challenge. Come on.
And yes,
Yes.
Hey, right there.
Hey.
That's a kiss.
that is Anne.
Ah!
Holy cow.
Get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh. I don't have my
Who's is
glasses.
Is it
I wonder.
myself, Susan, or Ashni?
Actually, just you or Ashley are left.
Yeah. Susan, I think you're confusing people.
Jamie.
I think I confused myself.
That's why you mean twins.
They're like, this is the hardest game ever. Oh, like, it is so hard.
Oh, that's funny.
You got me rising.
Trouble here. All right.
Like infinity on the
Okay,
bottom.
I'm gonna tell them. This is me.
Susan, read
This
the card. You didn't say what it
Oh,
was.
this is voice. You bring your thoughts into form through your beautiful voice. The strand of DNA opens your throat and connects it to your heart so that your song can be heard in the hearts of all.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good.
Okay, we've got. Okay.
All right.
Ashni.
Jamie got Susan.
Yep. So write that down. All right.
And this is Ashni. Ashni's in the flow. You're in the flow, moving freely with the current of love and energy. Whenever you bump up against anything, just let go and allow the flow to carry you onward.
Any
Ashni's
guesses?
in the flow. In the flow with the go. Miss Ashni. Woohoo. Well, thanks for playing this super hard game.
Mine's a teardrop too, and it's the God force.
Oh, here we go.
In the way
Game over.
of the current. And conception. Rebirth.
So we thought that would be fun, but it ended up being a big fail.
So you don't know till you try.
Exactly.
Got it right.
Love it, love it, love it. So ladies, what would you like to share before we all leave today? And Jean, please share when we get to you about how they can get their card deck from you, where they can go for that. So Janie.
Yes.
Any thoughts, feelings, and emotions as we head on out?
Yes. So I think, in alignment with today, like if you are receiving messages and downloads and information, I really, you can't do it wrong. And if you are receiving information, then it's unique to you. Just like the glyphs, nobody's ever done that before, which is pretty cool. So there's nothing wrong with you if you're receiving information. Play with it, ask questions about it, and what if it's the next best thing that you receive? Magic.
Yeah, cool beans.
Yeah.
Susan,
Oh my
did
goodness.
you have an update on the group?
Excuse say that? Oh, yes. So we have currently 132 members. So welcome new members and welcome to the members who have been with us. Thank you so much. Because as Susan was mentioning, it's the group synergy that's exponentializing this raising of this planet. So this is amazing, that love, peace, vibration. And then with bringing Jean in here, woo, just blew it out of the universe. I wanted to say that this was my glyph and just to kind of extend or even just kind of reiterate what Janie said is that a lot of these glyphs they'll have what it says on the back. And Jean said the same thing, that when you order your cards and you look at your glyph, what it means to you may be something a little bit different than what's on the back. So whatever it means for you is what it means. And so that's what's cool.
Beautiful.
And
beautiful.
And please share with us over the next week any comments, anything you notice in particular that comes into your awareness, opportunities that present themselves. And thank you for joining in on the fun. Thank you, Jean.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Adrienne. Love it. Ashni, I know you have some news about the next high vibe. We're going to start at the beginning of the month.
Oh yes. So, as we are living beings on this planet, sometimes we live in this cage that we have all these four walls and we don't know how to break out of them. Or sometimes we have so no boundaries and we just like do this and this and this and this and this and everything. So sometimes not everything is helpful or elevating our being, our spirit, our life. So next week we're starting, that will be the first Friday of the month. So every first Friday of the month, we as a group, the High Vibe Tribe, are going to offer you, members of the group, and anyone else who wants to join in, to send in a question. It's called Ask a Question, Change Your Life. We do not realize that by asking a question, an open question, without having a conclusion or an answer to it, by asking a question, we are giving an option, a possibility to so much more to show up in our life. So for you, audience, in the following week, please send your questions over to the email address that you're going to see on the screen in a little bit. Don't post it on Facebook. Send your questions to the email address. And next Friday, we, all of us, are going to attend to your question and help you or assist you. And it can be a question for you, but also for us. So send your questions. No, the only wrong question is the question that is not asked. Send your questions to hvtliveinfo@gmail.com, and we're looking forward to having you guys participate, send in whatever is going on for you, and of course, what you thought about the glyphs, send them over, share our posts, and yay.
Yeah, we can keep it private. Like the whole intention of this is not to divulge, privacy. We realize that it's a very vulnerable place to be in, but we truly are here. We're all heart-centered. We come with no judgment whatsoever to facilitate a different possibility for you. We know all about, because all of us have been there. We all still are there, stuck with certain things. And it's, I have my go-to people, and I know each of the tribe members have go-to people that we go to really help us to do the inward look, because it's hard for us to uncover the stuff that we've done such a good job hiding from ourselves. So no matter what it is, no matter what confession it is, no matter what you do at the beginning of the year, you write, the New Year's Eve, you write your resolution. Yeah, it could be a resolution. It could be, something that you'd like to get off your chest. Whatever it happens to be, pop it in there. Let us know, and we will take you live with us. Very cool. And Miss Empress.
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. So quickly, Kim White, amazing way to start a Friday evening and weekend. I absolutely agree, Mama. Janie, check this out. Just want to say that the creation card is perfect for me right now. I've been accepted into my local college for the animation program today. Come on. My dream show for TV to inspire people of all ages to pursue love and happiness and to move towards their dreams.
Wow.
Oh my God, buddy, here's the thing. It's interesting you said today, these cards work ahead of time. Like that energy is already presenting itself before that card is even pulled. And so it's amazing that this happened for Janie today. Jean, bam. And so I just wanted to add one other piece is that you may notice changes. They may be unpleasant. You may feel a little under the weather, and you may feel completely energized. All of it is good. And like I said, I would encourage you to share, like Ashley said in that email, share with us. We come together. That's how it works. I'm delighted for the synergy. I'm delighted for being and everyone in this group. That's it. Thank you.
Peace out with Anne. So glad. Jean, my beautiful friend of magnitude, I cannot express enough the true gift and contribution you are to the planet and to humanity. humanity. I'm so glad you don't live in Georgia anymore. You're so much closer being in Tallahassee with me being in Orlando as well. And we would love to have you come back on the show and do some more stuff with us. Would you be willing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I could come back and do the InnerSpeak cards.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Here.
So
Cool.
tell everybody, because I know in the comments we've been having a lot of people who were asking, like, how do I get them? Where do I go? How does this happen? Share everybody what they do.
So yeah, you can go to my website, which is Adrienne, JeanAdrienne.com, and you can order them in the store there. And while you're on my website, two things. You can sign up for my newsletter, and I will give you a free subscription to the online version of these InnerSpeak cards so that you can use them for free forever. If you don't like my newsletter, you can opt out at any time and still keep using those cards. And the second thing is that there's a little place that says start now. I give anybody who wants it a complimentary 15-minute consultation with me. All you got to do is just go sign up. Innerspeak.com. It's inner-speak.com, not innerspeak.com. Yeah, there's a hyphen in between inner and speak, or JeanAdrienne.com. Either one, same place. So yeah, and then if you want to buy the cards, if you'll just put a note in the comments perfect. Put a note in the comments that says Tribe, TRIBE. I would really appreciate it, so I can know that you came to me from this show and these wonderful women. And so thank you for letting me be here today. I loved it.
Oh, that's so fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone so much for being here. Jean, these cards just, I feel as though, how you go to the doctor and you get a prescription? I feel like this.
Yeah.
I feel like these cards are a prescription, because so many of these cards speak to like loneliness, solidarity, abundance, rhythm, feeling, connection. Like all of these are all of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And we're having them because what if these are asking to be activated all within us?
Mm-hmm.
So grateful. Thank you all so much. Thank you for being here. We will have all of those links in this for all of you. Until we get to see you next week for Ask a Question, Change Your Life. Ciao for now. Bye.
Thank you.
Y'all.
Bye, Janie.
Bye.
Bye, James.
Love you.
Bye now.